First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm here wearing my Kemimoto Heated Vest. I've had this vest since September, which puts it at about 5.5, 6 months of use. And I used it primarily in the fall under a light jacket. And as it got colder, the heating elements don't quite keep up to temperatures coming closer to freezing. So then I would have the vest on high and I would go ahead and put a layer over it and then a motorcycle jacket. And honestly, this has been really good. I was riding this as recently as 3 weeks ago in about 37 degrees. Here in the Northeast, we get kind of desperate to ride after a while, and the temperatures you're willing to ride in just continue to drop as the season goes on. And I found this vest was doing quite well as long as I had a base layer. This isn't heated gear like you plug in. This uses a battery pack, which we'll talk about more later. And you can indeed, and in some cases, I've gone ahead and plugged this into the bike. Though honestly, when it's below 40 degrees, I'm certainly not riding long enough to drain the battery. However, as much as I was using this jacket and enjoying it, I saw that Kemimoto had another vest, and I reached out to them and asked, could I try that vest? I'd really like to compare and contrast the two. So for more information on this vest, at the end of the video I will link the full review to it. Now this is the new Kemimoto vest. I believe this one is new for 2022, and from the pictures on the internet it looked a lot different than the other one, and it turned out to be quite a bit different, but that's not entirely positive. When I looked at it online, I really like that it comes up and covers the chest. One of the negatives to the other vest is that it kind of opens up here. You know, you're not able to do this. You're not able to seal everything in. And that's not really terrible, but it's not as beneficial as having it covered. And this vest has been great for that. It does trap the heat inside of itself a little bit better because it has less of an opening around the neck. Unfortunately, this is a warm looking vest. So it looks like the vest is going to be an actual warm vest, but it's not. This one is about the same thickness, but it doesn't trap heat at all if it's not turned on. With the other vest, it's made of a heavier material, and it indeed has like a felt lining on the inside. And if I were to feel warm, I could turn that vest off and it would maintain some temperature. This one is thinner, and here on the sides, it's literally like a nylon t-shirt material. It holds absolutely no heat whatsoever. So a downside to this vest is if it's not on, you might as well not have it. This isn't insulating you in any way, shape, or form, despite this look of insulation. And I was kind of hoping that it would be better insulated than the other one. That didn't work out. Now, a benefit to this one, however, is it doesn't really cost too much more than the other vest, and it comes with a 9600 amp battery. And this will keep the jacket going for quite a while. We'll get to that later in the video. And it's a really good size. I mean, this is smaller than any other 9 or 10,000 milliamp batteries I have, so this fits in the jacket pocket much better than the ones I was using. And this vest has something that may interest folks. In here, in the back, you can unzip and pull out a heated hood. Now, a real benefit to this, the hood, to people like myself that don't like a hood, is that when you zip this up, again, we're getting that benefit of it does trap more heat while it's on, but it comes around relatively tight to your neck, and the heating elements warm this quite well. So if you've turned on the hood, even if you're not using the hood, it's really going to benefit you by wrapping your neck in warmth. And honestly, that's one of the reasons I wanted to try this vest out was I saw that it covered this area, and I was really hoping that the warmth would hit your neck. and it absolutely does. What I really wanted to know was, which one is going to get me more time in the cold? They're both warm enough, but which one is going to let me have the most time out on the road without having to tether to the bike? Which, while I've done it, is never my first choice. I do want to use the battery. So I went ahead and I took the 2 batteries that I had handy. This vest came with a battery, the other one does not. You'll have to buy your own, but I was fortunate enough to have 2 identical batteries, and I was able to put the vests in the same temperature, turn them on, and just start a test. Now, this vest has one setting. You turn it on and it's on. And I'd say it's comparable to just below high on the other vest. And with the original vest, I always run it on high. Well, it has 3 settings in my area, upstate New York. I've only found it to be comfortable when it's on the highest setting. So I thought it would only be fair to test it the way I use it. So the test will be done with both batteries at 100%, this turned on, and the other vest on the highest setting. Let's see how that turns out. The new one here, the old one here. They're both connected to identical batteries provided by Kemimoto. Now, let's see how long we get out of them. Here we are at 3 hours and about 5 minutes. You probably can't read that, but it is 2% on the new Kemimoto vest. Now over here on the original Kemimoto vest, we are still going with 24%. Okay, the original Kemimoto vest, 3 hours and 50 minutes, and it's about to go flat. So we're looking at about 3 hours over here, almost 4 hours over here. Quite a bit of a difference. Okay, what we see there is that the original Kemimoto vest is absolutely going to last longer than this Kemimoto vest. It looked like about a half hour to 45 minutes more is the amount of time you will get out of the original vest. And I think when you add to that that vest is slightly warmer and keeps heat in just a little bit better than this vest, I think that's probably the right choice for most people. Now, let's not forget, this does have the benefit of heating your upper chest, trapping in some heat, and absolutely warming your neck. Those might be features that make this better for you. Or if you happen to be in an area that's not as cold as upstate New York, if you're not going to be riding in 40, 37, 35, close to freezing, this vest will be absolutely fine. And if you're not going to be riding for more than 3.5 hours, this vest will do very well for you, especially if you're looking for this. For me, I'm probably going to go with the other one for 2 reasons. One, it's warmer. It is noticeably warmer when I'm wearing it riding in the kind of cold I have here. Now, this one, I think I will probably ride with in the spring when I want to have a little bit of cozy. I want to keep my neck covered, but it's 45 degrees, 50 degrees. I don't need that little bit of extra warmth, and I don't need that little bit of extra riding time. But I don't think you can go wrong either way. I know personally I'm going to keep using my older vest a little more than the newer vest, but you make a decision that works for you. And if you stuck around, I really do appreciate it, and take care.